Good morning, friends. It is 11 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. I'll give our moderator, our producer for the morning, Webby, a second to get the recording started, and then we will allow just a second for everybody to join us and get online and in the right place. All right, we are recording. Awesome. Well, good morning, y'all. And honestly, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, whether you're joining us live for our very first emPOWERed opportunity or joining us with the recording later on. I'm super excited to have everybody here with us, and we are thrilled to get this going and to be here with you guys today. And in the next month. So this is our very first Ecisd emPOWERed. We do, our main focus, honestly, for this is to allow opportunities to build connections with our community, with you. We have parents joining us, we have staff joining us, and we have community members joining us, just anyone that is interested in the success of our students for our district. And so thank you for your time. We want to encourage you to get social with us. So if you are active on social media, we are going to be using the Ecisd emPOWERed hashtag throughout this year. And so anything you see today that you just love, that stands out to you, or in the next month, share it and encourage other people to join us. And we want as many people as possible to go on this journey with us. So this morning I am going to be kicking this off, but I definitely am not speaking to you as an individual. My name is Lauren Tavares. I'm the Director for Digital Learning, and I have been so inspired by the faces you see on the screen in the last couple of months as we've planned this opportunity. And so I will talk a little bit about what our purpose has been and why we're bringing this to you guys this morning. But I just am so proud of the work that has already happened and the work that's in front of us with these ladies. And so you will have a chance to meet each one of them in the next hour, and they're going to be sharing a little bit about what they're going to bring to the table and hopefully to the work that we're going to do together. So to get us started, if you joined us a little bit early, you had an opportunity to think about these questions, but I want to pause for just a minute. It's always important to think about really our why for doing something. And so if you will, kind of think about a couple of questions. First, why did you choose to join us today? Hey, and what are your hopes for your student this year? And if you are joining us as a community member, thank you for that. Think about what would your hope be for our students as a district this coming school year. And so I always encourage, I think it's important for us to be intentional about things. So I'm going to encourage you now to find somewhere to write this down. And think about these two questions and just jot down, nothing too official. You are going to have an opportunity to come back to your answers later in this session. But think about, why did you join us? And what are your hopes for your students this year? And as you're writing down your answers, I am going to share with you just your opportunity to interact with us during this time today. We are using what's called Teams Live. And so if with Teams Live, you have the opportunity to use the Q&A. And so on your screen, you're able to, it's going to invite you to ask a question. You can post your questions there. We do have we've got all hands on deck with this, and we've got people moderating that chat. And so as a presenter, I'm not able to see the questions while I'm presenting, but that is why we have people available to answer questions throughout. I do want to really encourage that if you have questions concerning your ECISD campus specifically, please make sure you reach out and let them know as well, because we want to make sure that you're taken care of and your questions are always answered. But that is an option for you today, and we encourage you to share your thoughts with the respect to the purpose of our session today. The purpose for our session today is positive interactions and opportunities to grow together. So with that in mind, I invite you to use that Q&A opportunity to interact with us. So let's get this started. Hey, our focus for today, we are going to be sharing with you just an hour of information that we hope you find valuable and something that you walk away feeling like you learned something with us. We, of course, are going to welcome you. We will talk a little bit about the purpose for emPOWERed. Want to share with you the format and the schedule for these sessions because we have a really just an awesome year plan for. There's going to be some live. We're going to have some community engagement opportunities. So we'll look at what that overview looks like. And then we are definitely going to encourage and ask that we get your final thoughts and your feedback because this is a work in progress. This is a brand new to our district. And so we want your thoughts and we want you guys to help us know how to make this better, how to make this more effective, what we can do to really reach your needs as you join us. And so our purpose for emPOWERed is our student success. Hey, in Ecisd, it is our #1 priority. I can say that as someone that works with all departments, all campuses, teachers, people in pretty much every capacity of the district. And in those conversations, we're always looking at our student success. And so with student success, that is the whole child. And so it is so important for us to build those connections with our community. I'm speaking to you as a mom of 2 ECIC students. And you know, I work for the district, but I also have students. And so I really hope that you'll enjoy this hour with us every month as we just kind of sit back, really pretty informal. I hope this will be something that says we're able to speak honestly and openly about what we can do to support both the academic child, of course, where our students as learners, but also we have included a social emotional component to help you also speak the same language your students are learning at school to support them as a person. Okay, because honestly, that is the most important. We have that, then we can really, they will excel in their academics as well. And so for a student to be the most, as successful as possible, we really want to build that connection between both home and school. And so if we can get those working in tandem, our students are going to be set for a higher level of success. And so what it means to be emPOWERed, really where this came from, where this idea came from the team and the faces you saw earlier, was feedback from parents. And we got feedback from families last year that they really wanted, needed, were interested in an opportunity to connect with us on another level. They wanted to be able to receive information on how to better support their child, to know the things that were going on at school. You know, as a parent, we don't get any guidance on how this is done, right? We're just kind of expected to do it. And so what we hope is to build a community with you guys. Of course, not in any way speaking to you as experts, as parents, because I don't know that you can really be that, but definitely giving you ideas and things to try that we have seen that we do know are successful. There is a wide range of backgrounds and knowledge on the team that is building these sessions. And so we're going to have 2 different formats that we're going to invite you to join us for. And so we are going to have monthly live virtual sessions in the way we're doing today. The time that we chose to share with you was intentional. We wanted to try something a little bit different. Okay, we're aiming for the lunch hour for people. And so we know as parents, sometimes it's hard to join school functions because life is going on as soon as you get off work. And so we wanted to try it out and do it at the lunchtime, of course, with the recordings that any and everybody can join after we're done recording. We're also going to have quarterly family engagement opportunities. And so we're also working with other departments around the district, and there are going to be 3 different events throughout the year that are not necessarily you have to join at a certain time, but there's going to be challenges that we're gonna issue to you as a family and give you some fun things to be able to do. And so I will show you guys at the very end where to find all of our information, because we do have a website that is set up with these dates, the times, so you know where to go for that. But the focus of all of the work we do together through emPOWERed this year is going to be to empower you, empower both families and community with the skills focusing on social emotional, Digital citizenship. Hey, we know that our world right now and the experiences that students have had, they're needing our support and some extra work with the social emotional. And then they're also engaging so much more online, which is exciting, but it definitely comes with another set of rules, skills that they need to have. And so we're working on those at school, but we also want to offer some ideas for families at home and just preparing them for the future. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of information each of these months that is going to help you guys with those things. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to take some time to just share a small, just like a bite-sized piece of what each of our departments is going to be offering during these sessions each month. And so we're going to share with you now what you're going to learn. We do encourage you to join us, for the next month to learn more and to share with others. And so with that being said, I'm super excited for you guys to get to meet Amanda Lopez with our SEL, our guidance and counseling team. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to turn it over to you, Amanda.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me and hear me and see my screen. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Lauren. Thank you, everyone. I'm beyond excited to be here. Lauren did a great job of prepping you guys for what this whole experience is about today and in the future, district-wide. So very quickly, who I am, what I do here with the district, I'm the coordinator of social and emotional learning. Some of you watching might be, what is that? What is social emotional learning? So your slide you'll notice says, did you hear the news? And by that, I mean, did you hear this very exciting news we got back in June that our wonderful board of directors decided that we needed to prioritize social emotional learning. So they backed us up, partnered together with a strategic plan that was already in place saying, hey, we need systemic district-wide SEL to happen here in our school district and out in our community as well. So we had our strategic plan, we had our board of directors, they came together and have created this wonderful opportunity for your students, for yourself, and the community. So what in the world is social emotional learning? I'm going to skip to our next slide for you and tell you very quickly, overview. It is the process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. Now that is a giant definition that we could have a whole hour just talking about that. Today is just the overview, so I'm leaving that there for you to look at. It comes from the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning. There's so much more about it, but the simple way to think of it for me is life skills, those skills that I need to exist today as a student, tomorrow as an adult, in my office space, with my family, with my friends, all those sort of interaction, life skills, and learning to manage with my own social and emotional well-being. So that was the very quick Cliff Notes version of what it is. You're going to hear much more about it, not just from me, but throughout all these sessions to come. On your screen now, you will see the 7 mindsets popped up there. That is, if you have heard the great news, that is the curriculum that our department, our district, everybody around here at ECISD is adopting as our social emotional learning curriculum. So you're going to see a video in just a second about a quick what in the world is the 7 mindsets and what your students will be talking about. You're going to start hearing that language as they come home from school and mention these goals like live to give, an attitude of gratitude, and learning to start using that social emotional language. So right now, I'm going to let our producer go ahead and start our video for us.
Do you ever wonder why some people are so happy, while many others seem to struggle? Why do some have so many friends, while others have few or none? Why do some people achieve great success, while others never seem to get very far, or do the things they wish they could? Do you want to live a happy and successful life? Do you want to pursue goals you're passionate about? Find a job you love? spend time with laughter. Do you ever wonder why some people are so happy while many others seem to struggle? Why do some have so many friends while others have few or none? Why do some people achieve great success while others never seem to get very far or do the things they wish they could? Do you want to live a happy and successful life? Do you want to pursue goals you're passionate about? Find a job you love? Spend time with people you like and make a difference in the lives of others? We all do. So if everyone wants these same things, to be happy and successful on their own terms, why do so few people accomplish this? That's what we wanted to know. So we asked the question, what do we all need to be truly happy? It took many years, but we figured it out. And the answer was quite a surprise. It's not about where we come from. It's not about who we know. It's not even about what we know. It's about how we think. It's our mindsets that make all the difference in creating happiness. We discovered that there are 7 mindsets essential for happiness and success. Not everyone has them all, but the more someone has, the happier and more successful they'll be. Everything is possible. We all have the ability to live extraordinary lives. You must see, believe, and have the courage to go after what you want. Passion first. You must pursue the things in life that you love. Your goals must be authentic and true to who you are. We are connected. The fastest path to happiness and success is through others. Embrace everyone. Find ways to work together and support one another. 100% accountable. Happiness and success comes to those who own their lives. Only you have control of your life. You'll have what you desire if you're willing to grow and do what's needed to get there. Attitude of gratitude. If we focus on what we don't have, we'll always struggle and suffer. Focus on what you're thankful for, and gratitude will be the foundation for more good things. Live to give. You'll get everything you want out of life if you're willing to help others get what they want first. Always seek ways to serve and give to others. The time is now. All your power is in this moment. Don't focus on the past. Stop worrying about the future. You have the ability to do something immediately. So take action with purpose to get what you want in life, starting right now. If we change how we see our lives, our world, and our future, we can do extraordinary things and live our most amazing dreams.
So thank you everyone for having me as this tiny section of what is going to be a very exciting school year for myself, for our different departments. I'm so pleased to be a part of this amazing group of people coming together. Speaking of social emotional learning, all these different departments coming together to work for the betterment of kids, for staff members' lives, and for our family members. So I'm just really excited to be here, and I can't wait to share more with you guys as the year goes on. And now I'm going to toss it on over to one of our fantastic digital learning specialists, Miss Amanda Weber.
Let's see. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much. I'm the producer as well, and so I've had a little technical difficulty on getting the video shared the correct way. So hopefully we're all good now on getting all that taken care of. I will be sharing my presentation for what we are learning with in our department. So I am a Ecisd digital learning specialist. I'll get this out here in a second. I've got so many other clicks I'm going through right here to be sure I got everything up and ready to go. Here we go. All right. And so I just want to take a second to introduce myself. This is my 3rd year as a digital learning specialist. Now, I work with our MC today, Lauren Tavares. She's our digital learning director. Our role is supporting teachers, students, and district staff in utilizing district tools to enhance digital learning. Okay. Previously, I taught for 10 years at Hayes STEAM Academy. I did 5 years of 5th grade and 5 years of 3rd grade. I was always the campus geek and helping teachers use the technology in their classrooms. So it seemed like a perfect fit to pursue my passion and continue further. Our team has been working on the logistics to get more technology into student hands. Last year really fast-tracked that, like it or not. We were able to finally realize that and get technology into student hands quickly. While we're really excited to see that it's happening, and we did also experience some growing pains with that. And as we go through, we're talking about, growing pains for teachers and for families as well. Lauren shared this book with me, the Raising Digital Leaders, and it really spoke to both of us as moms and as teachers, and we felt that it would be great to share with others to help the digital age, help us in the digital age that we're raising our children in and teaching in as well. So a big part of that is digital citizenship. Okay? It became a big focus much faster with so many students having devices. What is it? What does it even mean to be a good digital citizen? It's being responsible, using technology to learn, create, and participate online in a positive way. And it's a big gap that we've realized that we had is just as we teach behaviors and manners and procedures to children in real life, we must include these digital citizenship skills as well. To better support our students and teachers this year, Ecisd Digital Learning started a district-wide process that required digital citizenship lessons. Lessons that highlight how to properly use a device and to keep it safe, as well as how to interact online to keep students safe. We are empowering students as well as now we're reaching out to parents and community members. Empowering everyone to be able to make good choices online and offline as well. Okay, just a little preview of what the book has to offer. Okay, the very first chapter is called Kids These Days. And as we all know, kids always listen the first time, But why not have a shared message coming from home and school just to make sure? Okay, so Raising Digital Leaders is a great resource for parents and for teachers. We'll have a quick sneak peek at what we have to offer with chapter 1 and called Kids These Days. And that has been a saying that's long been in use way before technology came into play. But going into that, a study about online risk has showed that teenagers' exploration in the digital world is not very different than how it was before with earlier generations. The platform differs, but not the behavior. And using this idea to change our thinking from the go-to of, oh, they were bad on the technology, take it away, and instead focusing on how to ensure that they understand the consequences of their actions online are just as important as the consequences of their actions in the physical world. Just like we, deal with our little ones misusing scissors, like cut their hair, cut their clothes, that kind of a thing. We don't just permanently take the scissors away. Okay, we monitor their usage. We understand and talk to them about why they did that, understanding the consequences on it, and show them how to use it safely. Okay. A big part of that is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And they talk about this all in chapter 1. So if you're not familiar with this will show you or explain it as you get the book and all of that. Okay? We're not wired how our kids are wired anymore. Okay? This is the old school Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It was thought to be a pyramid where you had to fulfill the bottommost information and build yourself up. But now we've realized with the way it is, it's rewired. Okay? Students don't need it as a pyramid. but the connections that matter, okay? Maybe they're in a low income kind of community, but they feel connected, they feel loved, so they're in a happiness state. They don't have to have, you know, every single little thing that they're supposed to feel that happiness. And that's a big part of comparing the two from what it used to be and how our kids are wired differently and what it's going to lead to. So I'm talking about that. Where do we go? How do we get better? Diving into the rest of the book, they will give you some tools to throw in your toolbox. A big one in this one is watching your tone and being calm so that your kid understands that you're worried about their safety and not angry. Thinking aloud and sharing your ideas about how you use technology and making sure they understand that and they can learn from your example. And then breathing. Very typical, I mean, simple tool to throw in your toolbox, okay? But again, that was just a real quick introduction of the digital learning that you can support at home that they're learning in the classroom as well. And now we're going to hear from Amy Anderson, the Director of Avid and Post-Secondary. In just a second, let me go back into my producer role instead of my presenter role and get that going. Oh, you're muted, Amy.
I was going to do that. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. My name is Amy Anderson, and I am the Avid District Director for Avid and Post-Secondary. Thank you so much, Amanda. We're looking forward to learning more about raising digital future leaders. I, too, am a parent and am passionate about the work that this group is doing and appreciate you joining us today and sharing your time with us to learn. Today, we're going to be talking about how Avid plays a role in our learning and collaboration. Avid stands for Achievement via Individual Determination. Our mission is to close the opportunity gap, preparing all students for college, readiness, and success in a global society. So what does that mean to us personally? Our readiness system will provide a transformational effort focused on instruction, what's happening inside the classroom, systems that affect what's happening outside the classroom, leadership, the decisions that we make for and with our students, and culture, the environment in which we're asking students to learn, grow, and make decisions in. In Ecisd and the Permian Basin, we are excited to let you know that Avid College Readiness Systems begins in elementary, continues through secondary, that's middle school and high school, and even into our higher education systems supported by Odessa College and UTPB. These systems are designed to increase the number of students who enroll and succeed in their education and lives beyond high school. This is a catalyst for developing a culture that closes the opportunity and expectation gaps many students face and prepare all students for success in a global society. What is framework? Many of us might have lots of different definitions, but I think we all agree that the framework of a house must be solid in order to be able to live in it, just as the framework of our learning should be solid to be able to grow and be successful. Although we may all be using the same tools and materials to design our homes or our learning, how we do that is determined by our needs and our individual dreams. So why are we talking more about framework? Just as Lauren mentioned earlier, it will give us a common language to communicate and build our students. It will give us a clear representation of what college and career readiness looks like beyond high school. And it gives us discussion tools to discuss with our students their dreams of college and career readiness. And last but not least, it connects all of the work, connects the dots, connects us to your home and in the community. How do all these components fit together for the overall success of our students, no matter where they're going? All right, so now I would like for you to do a little activity with me. I want you to put up your hands in a triangle closer to your face. And then for a brief moment, turn away and look at something a few feet away. Now, as you continue to focus on that, extend your arms. What's happening right now? You are becoming more focused on the point of focus as you extend your arms. This is what the Avid College Career Readiness Framework does for our students in their learning environment. As I mentioned, this framework sets within instruction, leadership, systems, and culture. Research shows that our students need 3 things to be college and career ready. They need to be rigorously academically prepared. What does that mean? That means that they have the tools, the skills, the strategies to challenge their learning. If our students are not challenging themselves, they're not learning to their full potential. So we want them to have rigorous academic experiences, but we want to be sure that they have the tools and know when to use those tools to be able to be successful. The second thing they need is opportunity knowledge. They need to know what is out there for them, what they can do, what they can dream to be successful and happy beyond high school. We have partnered with a collaborative effort, in a collaborative effort with Access. All of your students have access to Access, and this will allow them to explore college and careers that they may be interested in. We'll dive deeper into that as we go along throughout this year. And the last thing is that student agency piece. These are your students, our students, my children's personal goals for their future and their dreams to be successful. They need to be able to respectfully and confidently advocate for themselves for their future. Now that we know what students need, what's our role in this? Our team, meaning the team that's here, the team that's not here, and all of those joined or watching later. We must insist on rigor. We must make sure that our students are being challenged, insist on that rigor, and make sure that they're using those tools and strategies to achieve success. We must break down any barriers that they may face. In this effort here, we're aligning our work. We're going to be talking the same language, aligning the work and our efforts to be successful for each individual student. And we must advocate for our students. Parents, you are your students' biggest advocate, the biggest cheerleader. You know them the longest, you know them the best, oftentimes better than they know themselves. And so you must model that confident, respectful advocacy that they need to be taking on into their future. So that's just a little bit of an overview of the Avid College and Career Readiness Framework that our team must be doing. And now we are going to hear from another member of my team, Miss Elizabeth Gray, and she is going to be talking to you about the support that Ecisd offers your students even after their high school graduation.
Can y'all hear me? There we go. Okay. Sorry, one screen says it's muted, one doesn't, so it's okay. Okay. Hey, y'all, I'm Liz Gray. I'm the post-secondary coordinator. So that means I get to continue the collaboration and support and advocating for your student after they graduate and up to 6 years after that graduation. So just real quick, I wanted to introduce the To and Through Success Center, which is available to all Ecisd graduates and current students, no matter what year they graduated. And I wanted to kind of put an emphasis on FAFSA. You're about to hear from the counseling department, so we have partnered with them to try and present resources that are helpful to those parents and current seniors. The FAFSA application opens on October 1st. And it is the free application for federal student aid, and colleges and universities use this information to try and determine what financial aid you can receive, whether it be grants, scholarships, whatever it may be. And starting this school year, it is a graduation requirement. So know that if you do have a senior, or if you don't yet, from here on out, completing the FAFSA is part of the graduation requirements. So I do have this infographic here. There is an app that you can download in both Google Play and the App Store. As I mentioned, the application starts October 1st. And I have also a checklist that we have created from the Success Center. I went through and put in everything that you will need. So you'll need your 2020 taxes. Both the student and a parent will need an FSA ID. All these links are live. I tried to make it as easy as possible so you can complete it, have it ready when you complete your FAFSA, or if you schedule an appointment with us, we can help you, or with the college and career counselor at your campus. And then on the back is the dependency status questions. So this will determine whether the student has to include their parents' financial information. So if they answer no to all of the questions, they are considered dependent. So they must include their parents' information. If they answer yes to any of the questions, they are independent. But I have that ready for you, and it will be shared with this presentation later. So with that, let me stop presenting. I'm going to pass it over to Chelsea Reyes, and she will talk to you about counseling.
Thank you, Liz. Hi, I'm Chelsea Reyes, and I am the Director of Guidance and Counseling, and I am going to share my screen with you. Okay, so I do have a Naviance FAQ for parents. Now, Naviance is a program that we use for grades 8 through 12, and really it ties to everything we've kind of talked about today. So Naviance is an SEL resource, specifically because our students can use this resource for self-discovery. They get to learn what their strengths are. They get to explore different colleges. It helps match them to colleges based on their strengths. So determining all of those things within the platform is very helpful for students, specifically if they are planning to go to college, for instance. If they choose a major that is outside of their strength and they go in and decide that they do not like that specific major, this is what we're trying to avoid. So the goal is that the students will go in, use the platform to discover their strengths, and then be able to choose a college that is best for them. And so what Naviance is, again, it is a web-based program. It is for academic planning. We do academic planning starting in grade 8 for their 4 years of high school, so 9 through 12. And with that, we also offer the platform for up to 6 years after graduation. And why do we offer it that long? Because sometimes people change their path, and so we want to make sure that they have the resume feature to use once they've graduated as well. So we all know that resumes get updated regularly, and so when they do, they would be able to keep it here instead of purchasing a resume platform. So another thing that it really supports is the Ccmr, just like Liz was talking about the FAFSA requirement. FAFSA pieces are embedded within the platform as well. You can send transcripts to colleges that you need. You can request recommendation letters from teachers, counselors, administrators within the platform. And so we want to make sure that all of that is in there as well. So parents do also get access to this. Parents do have read-only access. And so we wanted to make sure that parents were aware of this as well. Many parents have already utilized the program, but if your child is new to grades 8 through 12 within the school district, then they would be receiving an email from their school counselor, typically once educational planning begins. So it should be beginning next month, depending on your child's grade level. And again, the educational planning piece is determining what their interests are and how they're planning to choose the courses that they're interested in, and of course the graduation requirements that they're going to need each school year. And so Parents would just need to provide an email address at registration. Once that email address is provided, then it automatically goes into Naviance, and that is how they'll receive their registration code. Once they're in, they'll also receive the instructions on how to register their account. And if they have more than one student at more than one campus, then they would have more than one registration. But if all your kids are in one campus, then it would be one login. And so again, where can we get more information about Naviance? If you go to our website, we have a page specific to Naviance, and on that page you actually can click on several of the videos. Some of them are more than a few minutes long, but they're very detailed and helpful, and we'll go into some of those videos at a later date. And so I wanted to go ahead and kick it over to Virginia. She's going to be talking about Avid.
Thank you, Chelsea. And thank you, everyone, so far, all of you that have joined us today. Hopefully you're taking, well, I'm Avid, so hopefully you're taking notes today. So first of all, my name is Virginia Hunt, and I am the Avid District Coordinator for Ecisd. I am extremely excited to serve not only with this amazing group of educators here, but I also serve all 38 different campuses across the district. I work with educators and leaders, all for the purpose of preparing your students for college and career readiness, which we've been talking about this whole time as well, right? But the important part about all of this is that the preparation doesn't start your senior year. It starts your kindergarten year and goes on all the way through senior year and beyond. And through that whole process, we are here for you. And so don't think that we're in it together. We're in it alone. We're in it together. Okay, so before we get started on setting goals and looking towards the future, I want you to reflect a little bit about the last 45 minutes or so that you've been with us. Reflect. At the very beginning, Lauren asked us, what are your hopes for your students? Why are you here? So think a little bit about that. Think a little bit about the beautiful segue that Amanda gave us about the 7 mindsets and having the right mindset to be able to be successful. That inside out portion, right? Educating the inside of our students, not just for academics, which Ms. Weber also touched about, because it's important now in today's society to also have that digital citizenship piece. That also comes from the inside out. Then Ms. Anderson showed us that wonderful framework and how we can build our own success based on the dreams and goals that we have. And so you as parents and community members and staff members get an opportunity then to build that image, build that vision. So let's think about that. When we're talking about vision, we need to think about that picture, that image, that thing that you see in front of you. And that is a strategy called visualization. And if you've ever played sports, or if you've ever had students that play sports, you probably see that they are, that the coaches, somebody sometimes tells them, you have to see yourself making that play. You have to see yourself doing that. Oh my gosh, I'm not very sporty. Making that shot. There you go. So you have to have that visualization technique in order to know what it is that you want to accomplish. And in order to make that actually happen, what we are suggesting for you to think about is setting a goal. And this is one of the templates that is going to be available to you on the Ecisd website, on the emPOWERed website, where that you can use in order to guide that conversation of goal setting. When this team and I got together the very first time about a month ago, and we started having this vision of these sessions and all of y'all joining us and being empowered and empowering your students, we had to set our goals. We had to think, okay, how many sessions do we want? What do we want to talk about? What have we heard from our community members? So that was one piece. But also think that you can set goals for your students as a parent. I am a parent and I have a son that needs to improve his math skills. So one way that we can do that is I set my goal. I have my vision. I know what we want. And so we're going to be doing a specific thing. We're going to be practicing math daily. However, I'm not the math teacher. So how do I do that? So one way that we talked about we could do that is my baby using flashcards. By the way, I created this goal in conjunction with his teacher and with him. And so all three of us together make that powerful, that powerful trio that can work together towards an academic success. So we can do flashcards, they can do Imagine Math, which the teacher says is available to him. He has his device from school. Thank you, Lauren, for all the work that your team has been doing. And of course, we can try to practice real world math applications. In our case, I'm thinking we go to the grocery store at least once a week, and he can do some of that math, right, that we have to do all the time about, I wonder how much this is going to cost if I get 10 apples as opposed to 5 apples. And so those are questions that I can have him figure out. And so those are some of the ideas that we came up with as an academic goal. However, you don't always have to have academic goals. You can think in terms of your family and what kind of family goals do you want? One of the things that I have personally noticed at my house is back in the day, technology used to only be for education. Right now, we are using technology, back in the day, technology used to only be for entertainment, the TV, the radio, right? The Nintendo games. But nowadays, technology is being used for education, it's being used for connection, it's being used for entertainment, and then there's very little time that my students or my children spend without technology or without their eyes on screens. So for their health and for their well-being, one of the things as a family that we decided is that we wanted to spend some time away from screens. So we're going to dedicate one evening a week without electronic devices. Yes, it's going to kill the kids. Yes, they're going to be like, but does that mean we can watch TV? We can't play with our tablets? You know, those are the questions they're going to ask, right? So together as a family, we're going to have to choose what day of the week that's going to be, and then think about what kind of activities we can engage in. And so the two that we came up with is my son loves cooking. And so we're thinking maybe we can have a few new cookbooks and try some new recipes that evening. Maybe have board games that evening. And we know we're very, very busy, and having all kinds of activities like this, sometimes it's difficult. But if you set a goal, if you set a goal and you have a plan, then it becomes reality. So a goal without a plan is just a wish. And so we don't just want to wish to have more time. We want to make sure that we take the time and dedicate the way we want to. And so that's the whole purpose of goal setting, guys. That template is going to be available for you on the website, and feel free to sit down with your families and with your students, and even if it's a campus family, right, with your grade level, and decide what kind of goals you want to set for yourself and make them reality. That's the whole power, and that you're empowering yourself and your students to make their dreams realities. I'm going to pass it on to Lauren as we close out the session. Thank you all so much for joining us.
All right, yeah, well, thank you guys. I just absolutely love listening to different perspectives, different ideas, and I think the team that we have here to work on this together is going to bring so many different just awesome things. So thank you guys for sharing that information and just giving that overview. So what we want to do, we are going to keep this at about an hour, but every month we're going to give you something, a goal, a challenge, something to empower you and your family to sit down and talk together about potentially what changes, what you want to do differently in your family. This is all about just growing together. And so this month's opportunity, hey, to be empowered is going to be setting a SMART goal, hey, with your student. And so we do have a template that I'm going to show you guys exactly where you can go to get all of our resources, all of our information, but we want you to think about what can you do. I loved Virginia's about the screens. Hey, that is definitely something that I think she teased and said it might kill the kids. It might kill me, but I think it would be great for me to put my phone down and put my my tablet down, put my my computer down, you know, and not work for an evening and just spend time talking to my own kids and really giving them that intentional attention. And so we're going to challenge you to set a SMART goal. Now, we also want to offer, maybe you set one for your family, maybe you set one with your student, and maybe you set one for yourself. As a parent, I don't think we always take enough time to really focus in on the things that self-care that we can do to be better parents and better supports, guardians, community members for our students in ECISD. So we're going to allow you that choice. Hey, what is it you want to do better in this next month? Now, we really want to encourage you to share those things, okay? And so, as we mentioned at the very beginning, as you are engaging in these opportunities with us, whether it be live or with our recorded version, share it. Share that out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. And so you've got 2 hashtags at the bottom for all of our engagements together, ECISD emPOWERed. But maybe you want to, you're brave and you want to share your family goal. Okay, so use that hashtag ECISD family goal to put it out there in the universe, what you are going to be working on this month as we until we get together again. So let me go ahead and show you guys where you're going to find all of the information that we have. All of the information that is available to you with the emPOWERed opportunity. And so if you visit our ECISD website and you go to www.ectorcountyisd.org, when you hover over where it says parents and students, we've actually put a link, just a quick link for you. So you can get to this information quickly. When I click on the words emPOWERed, we have everything here. And so you are going to be able to, I encourage you to invite a friend next month. We hope you'll come back. We'll be able to dive deeper into each of these things and give you some more strategies as parents and community and family members. But invite somebody to come. And so once you have signed up, you don't have to sign up again. Your name is on our list and you will forever receive the information that we send out about emPOWERed. And so we hope that you will continue to join us, but ask somebody to come with you. Okay? We would love for this to just grow into a really powerful opportunity for our families to connect and our community to come together. And so you do have this interest form that if you are with us and you receive this, you already filled that out for us. But we also have all of our dates. And so we've got all of the dates listed here. And so the ones on the left, you'll see these are our live events. They will be at 11 o'clock. Again, we're aiming for that lunchtime hour potentially, and they will go on through April. And then we also have these community engagement event release dates. And so more information to come during the October session on that and what to expect. But you do have these dates that you can go ahead and mark in your calendar now. They are planned. And so for these, information that's available to you is if you look up at the top, we've got our virtual session topics. So I encourage you to check that out and look around. You can also click community engagement events, and that is where you're going to find information specific to the community engagement events. And those, again, are not going to be live. Those are going to be more just fun things you can do with your students, with your families. And then session recordings. And so all of the resources that this fabulous team have shared today are going to be available on the session recordings, and you'll be able to find those there. And so we'll have the recording for you and any links to anything. We also have a link included here that I'm going to ask Webby to put. We want your feedback. So I'm going to ask Webby to put the link to the feedback form in the Q&A so you guys can click on that. But, you know, if you aren't able to do it now, you need to get back to work. You need to do this later. Let us know. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to learn about. Maybe there was something you hope that we would share today that we did not yet. we're listening and we want to know what would make this time the most useful for you. So make sure when you click on that, it's going to take you into a Google form that you guys can share your information with us. All right, and so that being said, again, where you can find us is on our Ecisd homepage, parents and students with our emPOWERed link, or you can type in bit.ly/Ecisd emPOWERed, and that will take you straight to that page as well if you want to skip the part. So that's it, y'all. That's a vast, furious, a great hour. Hopefully something you found to be helpful for that for our first time together. But please help us grow. We want to know how to best serve you. This idea completely came from feedback that we collected from families last year. I want to be able to help my student on their device better. I need to know how to support them with their social emotional. I just feel like I need more new ideas on how to connect with my child, pre-K all the way through 12, y'all. We hear it at every age group, and as a parent, as someone, a community member, never gets easier, but together we can support one another and we can get better. So mark your calendars. October 21st will be our next Ecisd emPOWERed, and we'll just have more information for you guys, but we will be sending out the links and everything that you guys will need, but you know where to go on our Ecisd homepage to be able to find this recording. And we just hope that this is a great month for all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining, and thank you, team, for your time put into get this together and off the ground. You guys have a great rest of your day.